Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to the Mooncalf Podcast. Almost did it again.
Almost did it again. God damn it!
We'll learn our own names someday.
Yeah, we'll learn our names and then the podcast name.
Yeah,
we'll get it. We're gonna get this worked out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So this is Mooncalf Podcast, and we're going to be recording on Anchor. It's going to be up at some point on Spotify. So while we're recording the podcast, we are also going to record the video.
Yeah.
So that way
Fucking Joe
you
Rogan
can watch
style.
us. Yeah, there we go.
I'll talk about DMT the whole time. And, you know, we might discuss a few bands and a few other subjects, but really, we are here to discuss two bands in particular.
Two of those fuckers.
We are going to have a battle of the bands today, and we got the Black Dahlia Murder versus the Faceless, and it's going to fucking go down.
Oh, it's going to be great. So, the only benefit that you don't get, so you don't get a benefit, the only thing is no benefits.
No.
Fuck you.
No.
The thing is...
No overtime.
Yeah, none.
None.
You don't get a 401k,
No.
all that shit. No dental, no vision.
No.
On Spotify, you can hear the songs, because we're actually going to be playing songs, 2 from the Faceless and 2 from Black Dahlia
Murder.
Yeah. So if you want to hear those songs, definitely hop on. If you don't give a shit about listening to songs and just want to see this whole thing and how that works out, you just go ahead and say fuck it and keep watching. It's so enjoy, you guys. Fucking, we are blessed by the Saint Sigourney. May she look over you and your face huggers. All right, so another thing you get is you get to see us press the button for the record.
Get to do the
What?
thing.
They don't hear this.
No.
You get to see it. You lucky sons of bitches.
You exclusive
You
motherfucker.
exclusive motherfucker.
You VIP.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, fucking 1. All right.
And we're back.
Oh, that song is fucking sick. Autotheist Movement 1, Create. That song is really intense.
Bunch of layers.
It is.
Bunch of layers.
I think that's one of those things that I really appreciate about the Faceless is that they definitely do try to add a lot of layers and a lot to their music.
Yeah, they're pretty experimental for like a lot of heavy bands just kind of tend to stick to their niche, but they really kind of do a different thing, and I really appreciated about them.
Yeah, usually especially when they start working on the technical level, I understand sometimes not a lot of them will put in as much as they do, it seems.
Yeah.
I didn't expect some of the clean vocals in some of their other songs, but
good cleans.
Yeah,
I really don't like a lot of cleans mixed in my death metal, and when I do, I'm really picky about it. And then they actually kind of hit that itch. It's really hard to find that, because I feel like a lot of people, when they do clean vocals with like accompanied with the heavy vocals, like it's just kind of a disconnect. Like the clean vocals are a little like weak to me, like they don't match the intensity. Where these guys definitely they kill that stereotype.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things that I never really was used to that concept. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, my brain couldn't wrap around going from clean to growls.
Yeah.
Like, because when I listened to Opeth for the first time, oh my God.
Like, mind-blowing.
I was like, why are they you can do this? That's a thing?
Kill Switch was the band that really was like, oh yeah, like that's actually a good mix. Or like early Slipknot. Like,
yeah.
Some bands can really pull that off. and some bands can't, and you know, like, I'm not gonna throw any names out there as I lay dying, but I don't really like the way they mix their vocals. Like, I feel like the heavy vocals just outshadow the clean vocals by a land mile.
Yeah, or you get those ones where like they have a good, decent like growl or scream, and then the clean come in, and they're not. It's not. It takes away from the intensity.
Yeah,
because it's not as like in your face or even beautiful. It's like whiny and high, like not in a good high pitch.
It's like you're getting a really good handy, and she just lets go.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on handies. Oh, my God. My first one. All right, so my first one I got. Viewing public.
We're on handies now.
First handy. We'll get back to music. But first handy I got. I was dating this chick. She was a few years older than me. And she proceeded, she was like, oh, I can, do something. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, go get some lotion. And she used a lot of lotion, like way too much lotion. And then, like, just kind of went, and then stopped. And I'm like, what are you doing?
There's more involved.
Yeah. I'm like, this is usually like you go to, you're done kind of thing. Then she just left me with a sloppy lotion dick. It's just all over lotion. But then I'm just like, so I guess my dick's just very moisturized today. Yeah. That's all that's going to happen. Is that my dick's going to be smooth for me only, apparently, at that point in time. Was that no one just, nah. Like, what the?
Like, all you did was get me started.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks, I guess.
I mean, it's better than getting a dry handy with a handful of rings.
Oh, yeah. It's not my worst hand job. Yeah. It's not my worst one. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, music.
Hey guys,
that's what we were talking about.
Yep, music.
Anyways, the Faceless, they're a really strong contender. These guys definitely have their own sound, which is kind of hard to come by in their scene, honestly, because there's a sea of endless bands that kind of sound alike.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And it's one of those, and I knew how you felt about Black Dahlia and everything like that. So it's one of those things that I knew.
Biased.
So I knew that this wasn't going to be super difficult, but at the same time,
I really wanted to give the Faceless a chance, and I'm glad I did because I'm a bigger fan now. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I really enjoy about this is because we're not just going off of because we wanted to freshen up and start listening to it all over again, especially for me.
Yeah.
So
we definitely want to give everybody a fair shot. We don't want to be biased, at least the best we can.
Yeah, we didn't even pick the bands.
No.
I had someone else pick the bands because what if I mixed it with a band that would clearly dominate over, or like it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I don't want
just a stupid mix-up, or we really wanted to kind of have our influence out of this as much as possible and just kind of give an unbiased opinion the best we can.
Yeah. Holy shit. So, what was your first concert?
My first concert was, I think it was like Ozfest 02 or 03, something like that. Yeah. And my mom took me there. And she was wearing a bright yellow, like canary yellow fucking tank top. So if we got lost, we couldn't miss her. So here I am and my big sister, we're these goth kids, and my mom's out there, their yellow canary fucking tank top, and it blew my fucking mind. I've never seen anything like that in my life at that point. I think Cradle of Filth was on stage when I walked in the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that in my life at that point, and I just remember like not hating it, not loving it, just being really fucking confused. And but like I was intrigued, because I never seen anything that heavy before in my life. And you know, I stood there and watched them for a while, and then I went into the PS2 booth and played some games, and I got my butt touched by a goth chick, and like it was the time of my life. I was there for the mainstream bands like Korn and Marilyn Manson, and of course Ozzy, Chevelle, but it opened my eyes to like another scene that like I knew was there, but I never really got to like experience it. Like I knew who Cannibal Corpse was and shit, but I never really got to listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
And like that was a place where just walking around I could hear shit like that. And it was so fucking wild to me. Like I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. I was like 12, 13 years old, like smoking my first joint, being in my first mosh pit. It was a great time. It was a time of my life. Changed my life.
Little did you know that.
Yeah, it really shaped me. Yeah, it shaped me into the person I am now. Like, definitely solidified my metalhead title. Like, I always loved it before then. My mom was a DJ. My dad was a guitar player, so I've been around it my whole life. But Ozfest changed my fucking life.
The only music my dad would do is poorly play an acoustic guitar, very drunk, just ding, ding, ding. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
ding, ding. Oh, hold on.
Hit. Hold on.
Hold on. Ding, ding, ding.
Like listening to Tally play guitar.
Ding, ding. And it's like, God, Dad, put it down. You don't. It's fucking 3 a.m. I need to sleep. And he's just, hold on, wait, nope, nope, bling, bling. And just never should have had an acoustic guitar. Never let an acoustic guitar be around my dad because he thinks he can play. That's about it. But my first concert was Opeth. And I was so fucking excited for that one.
Such a great band.
Oh, it was fucking magical. Because that's when he was also doing his growls and stuff, his heavier stuff. Oh, excuse me, because the time I seen him after that, he stopped. He's just all clean sets. I was so disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was happy seeing them again, and I loved hearing those songs, but just, I liked the heavier ones, and I love the growling.
And when you see a band and you don't get to, like, they're just doing their new stuff and you don't get to hear any of the old stuff, it is kind of disappointing because you're going there to hear certain songs. At least that's kind of what I'm like, oh, I hope they play this or that. And like, when I saw Lamb of God, I was just hoping they'd played fucking 11th Hour, and they never did.
Like, what was it? I went to go see Opeth, and then it was supposed to be Opeth, Nevermore, and Fireball Ministry. And I'm like, Fireball Ministry, it's not really my thing. They got some good, decent songs.
I only know, like, very little about that band. I don't know much.
I was super excited about Nevermore.
Nevermore kicks ass.
So I was like, yes! And that's when This Godless Endeavor came out.
Yeah.
And that whole album is just fucking sick. So I was ready for it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to see Nevermore and Opeth. This would be great. But for some reason, Nevermore wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it was just Fireball Ministry and then Opeth. So I was like, all right, well.
At least Opeth.
Yeah, at least Opeth.
Yeah.
So I was super excited. It was insane.
Some fucking great guitar players out of Nevermore.
Man. And then, like, sometimes you don't realize how funny these people are, like with their crowd interactions. Because Michael was just having so much fun and shooting the shit, and it was like genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it so much, and I was like, I'm going to more. I need to go to more concerts, and I've gone to a decent amount since then. But, I mean, afterwards, we were going to hang out in the parking lot until Opeth came out or something like that, so we could try to get autographs. But like the guy we went, his girlfriend was with, and she's like, I gotta work in the morning. I have responsibilities. And,
I go home and feed the dogs.
Yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got school tomorrow. Let's just enjoy this.
Yeah.
And so we never ended up getting anything signed, but that was my first concert, and it meant so much to me. And after that, I was like, I'm going to another one. I was already getting stuff ready for my next concert.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, you get the bug after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just want to keep going to as many concerts as possible.
So, like, I don't remember what was after that one. I think it was Meshuggah.
Oh, man. I love Meshuggah.
Meshuggah was crazy because I didn't pay to see him.
Wow.
They got, someone won tickets. They won, like, 3 free tickets on the radio or something. And I go over to my friend's house, just hang out, and she was like, hey, have you heard of this band called Meshuggah? And I go, yeah, I have. They're, like, in my top 5 favorite bands right now. What the fuck? And she's like, well, I got these tickets. You want to go? And I'm like, yeah. So we went, and it was just a great fucking show.
I can imagine. The technical ability of that band is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. The energy was up, and everyone was just going ape shit.
Yeah.
And this is before I understood anything about rhythm. Not that you could necessarily try to catch it on a Meshuggah song, but I was still pretty young, and I was headbanging. But
offbeat headbanging.
Completely offbeat. I was headbanging as if it was a Cannibal Corpse song, not a Meshuggah, like... I was just like... And there was no, like, pace. Someone's like, hey, like someone actually came to me and goes, hey guy,
you settle down,
calm down. I'm just fucking. This guy stops, was like, you're gonna hurt yourself.
The cheat, folks, is to just windmill.
Windmill
as much as possible. You're never off time if you're windmilling.
That's true. Try it at home. You're never off time.
Never off time.
It always works somehow.
Yeah, you just might be a little dizzy after.
Nothing wrong with being a little dizzy.
No.
God, I remember when this kid showed me how to pass myself out.
Oh,
that was the whole thing.
shit.
It was like getting yourself dizzy, and you do the thing, and you do this, and you're like...
The stupid fucking games we play when we were kids.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Oh, I would pass myself out. Like, so I would do that in school. I'd just sit here and just... And then I'd stop and be like, whoa.
Oh, cool colors.
Cool, yeah.
The pretty dots.
Oh, man. I killed so many brain cells that way.
The stupid shit we did when we were kids. Let's make ourselves pass out.
Yeah.
Let's throw each other off rock piles.
I woke up just because I stood up. I was standing up. I did the thing, and I woke up on my friend's speakers. Apparently, I passed out. Because at that point, I was only getting myself a little bit, and then I'd stop. But at this point, I just held it too long, and I just went and crumbled and just fell over this tower of speakers he had. Because he had like 1 million speakers, and none of them were hooked up to anything. And none of them matched. But I just like, and passed out. Apparently.
So you had like show speakers, like Slayer, like when they had the wall of fake amps,
like really like different size like speakers, like they're this big, and there's ones that are wider, and then like this one's a different color, and they're just towered up, and I just fucking passed out and fell all over them.
Oh no!
Woke up, I'm like, I think we're going home, guys. They're like, yeah, I would say so. You just knocked over a bunch of speakers. Do you need to go to the hospital? No. Oh, my God. So we ended up doing that shit.
Yeah, and like, talking about concerts, like my worst concert experience was I got kicked out of Pop's music club for having like a blood sugar crash.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my blood sugar crashed and I just fucking passed out. I smoked like 12 fucking blunts before we went to the show. And my blood sugar just went. And, like, I'm standing in the merch line just trying to get my shit. And next thing I know, face plant. And I wake up to, like, 30 painted faces. Fucking, hey, man, you good, dog? Fucking, like, dude, leave me alone. And I had this friend of mine. She was there, and I could hear her behind the sea of people. Get the fuck out of my way! Move! And she tells everybody to back the fuck up and give me some air. I finally get up. I go to the bar. They get me some food. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but I'm still a little woozy. And the bartender is like, have you had anything to drink? Not even thinking. I'm thinking, like, she's asking if I'm dehydrated.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I've had a couple Fagos. Like, the dumb bitch thought I was talking about drinking, like alcohol.
Yeah.
She goes to the fucking bouncer and says, this kid's been drinking. Motherfucker comes over, hey, let's talk.
Oh, God.
I went to the front. You know the drill. I wasn't allowed to come back in, but my ride was in the club, and she wasn't coming out. And, yeah, so all of my friends just fucking stayed in the concert and had a great fucking time while I'm, like, fending for myself in the parking lot. And my friend, she did give me her car keys so I could chill in her car during the concert. But it was like playing an RPG on the hardest fucking difficulty trying to get to that fucking car. Like, so many fucked up side quests on the way. Like, crazy people asking for drugs, and I almost got fucking mugged. It was a whole ordeal. And, like...
Sounds like something in front of Pops.
Yeah. Moral of the story, folks, don't get kicked out. Just don't.
They ask you if you've been drinking.
Yeah.
Say no.
Say no. Even if you misconstrue what they mean, just fucking...
just no.
Yeah, just fucking say no. And maybe don't smoke 12 blunts before you go to the concert.
Maybe. Let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
Let's not go over the handle. But yeah. My worst concert experience. Oh, man. I haven't really had a lot of, like, really poor concerts, like, or have anything really bad happen at a concert.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's about it.
I even have more stories than that, but that is probably my worst one.
Oh, man. I would say just my worst overall concert was, I hate to say it, but it was Static X.
Oh, no.
But it was Static X. No. I take it back. I take that all back.
All lies.
All lies. All lies.
Lies and slander.
The thing with the Static X concert is that it was after Wayne kicked Tony and everyone out. So it was
Wayne
and then a bunch of other people.
Like studio musicians.
Kind of,
like
yeah.
Session guys, probably.
Yeah. So it just didn't have the same feel. I couldn't vibe with it as well as I could before. And it was kind of like, And then some of the other bands I wasn't quite happy with. I'm like, they take it or leave it kind of thing. I'm like, but I would say one of my worst concerts.
It was literally just a bad concert experience. Like, you just went to a bad concert.
Yeah. But I guess that'd be the same thing for my worst concert, which was Godsmack and Hailstorm.
Oh my god!
And that's the worst because I just was like,
just not into it.
Just not into it. Not into it. I went as a favor to an ex-girlfriend. I won free tickets, and she loves Hailstorm.
I loved Godsmack at one time.
Yeah, I think everyone did. Yeah. Everyone at one point was like, yeah!
Late 90s, early 2000s, they were the shit. But, and Sully Erna is a talented musician.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I've kind of grown out of that myself, and I am not a fan of Hailstorm.
Yeah, there's a certain point where it's like, you like it when you were young, but as you got older, you're like, this isn't quite what it just doesn't feel the same.
So then it was just because you just didn't want to be there.
Yeah, I didn't want to be there. And plus, I was expecting like a couple more songs. I'm like, oh, they should have done this song. Yeah. They should have done this song. But they didn't. Yeah. And they had a forever long fucking drumming solo. Dual drumming. Oh, yeah. Which I guess in a way is kind of cool. Like this, but I couldn't get into it because I'm like...
That was a huge highlight of them was their drumming.
Yeah.
Sully being a pretty good drummer himself.
Yeah. So they brought 2 drums out that rotated. So the drummers... on one of the rotating drums, and then Sully's on the rotating drum, and they're just kind of dueling drums, and I'm like, we could have played Serenity right now. What the fuck are you doing? I just want to hear Serenity.
That's what I came here for.
I just want to hear this one fucking song. Yeah. No. You have to watch us flap our dicks around. That's what it felt like. To me, it felt like he was just kind of like, look, I'm a musician. I'm going to shake my dick. It was just like look, I'm going to sing, and I'm going to play guitar. Now I'm going to play drums. And I'm just like, God damn it.
We know you can do all those things.
We get it. You're talented. Just fucking play Serenity. Play Serenity. You son of a bitch.
Play Voodoo, you motherfucker.
Play Voodoo.
Play Voodoo.
But, like, I never had a really bad concert experience.
Well, I mean, like, that just goes to show that a bad concert experience can vary.
Yeah.
You can have, and I've had, like, another one of my worst experiences. I actually had the privilege to open for Power Man 5000 one time. Yeah. And this is back when I was doing rap. And yes, I used to do rap. And anyways... I still got to open for Power Man 5000. Yeah. So
did you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, anyways, I got to open for them, and they were actually really fucking chill. They were really cool. The whole band was really cool, and we were having a good time until this fucking weird, like, middle-aged guy was just going around to every dude at the venue. Show me your dick, man. Give me a dick shot. Let me see your dick, dog. And we're like,
oh, God.
Nah, man. Like, I mean, at first we're all like, yeah, dude, that's funny. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll show you my dick or whatever. And we're just fucking around. And then, like, he's getting kind of serious about it. And we're like, dude, no. No. We're not going to show you our dicks.
Yes.
And he was fucking adamant about the dick shot. Let me get the dick shot. And finally, I really had to get, like, forceful with this dude. Like, dude, if you do not leave me alone, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you in the bathroom. And, like, it got so bad, I went to the bouncers and said, look, you got to deal with this guy. He's sexually harassing everyone in the fucking room. You need to do something.
Yeah.
And the fucking bouncer was so high, he was like, fuck it. He's like, beat the fuck out of him. I don't care. And we're like, dude, we're not going to jail in St. Louis on a fucking weekend just because you don't want to do your job. Yeah. We fucking left. God. We left during Power Man 5000, and it fucking killed me. But it not as bad as being in jail in St. Louis over the fucking weekend.
All right, so I take all of that back. My worst concert experience, I'm going to get, because this just popped into my brain. My worst concert experience could have been my best concert experience, and that's why it's the worst. So,
oh no.
It was, oh fuck, who were the other bands there? I don't remember. Either way. Anyway,
they weren't important.
It was Doyle from the Misfits, but it was Gorgeous Frankenstein. So it was Dr. Chud on drums.
Oh, man.
It had Argyle Goolsby from Blitzkid.
Shit.
He was playing bass and doing vocals, and then just Doyle fucking killing it on guitar.
Shit.
And then at the time, he was married to Gorgeous George. So Gorgeous George is just kind of dancing around the stage and like being sexy. And like she was like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And you tried to like, I didn't realize she's watching our lips to see if we know the words, if we're saying the words to the songs.
Oh.
And then, so if she saw you singing along to the words correctly, she would give you a patch.
Oh.
So, periodically, she would, dance, and, just Doyle being awesome. And it was the whole thing. It was a great show.
He does that. He's good at being awesome.
Yes. Oh my God. Don't tell me. Okay, it's good. Oh, thank God. It's still recording.
No.
I was so worried. Okay.
You blew it. Yeah, you blew it.
No. So I was super excited, and she saw me. I was singing, and then she handed me a patch. It was this really cool looking patch, and I flipped it over on the back, and the back said "Meet and Greet / photo op."
Wow.
So I actually could have went to the back, give them the patch, or show them the patch. I figured I'd keep it, but show them the patch, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, come back, hang out with the band, get a picture."
Oh man.
And I was like, oh yeah.
That's dope.
I was so fucking excited, and I was so happy because I love all these musicians, and I was like, yes. And I really liked Gorgeous George because I was a big fan of her and WCW and ECW.
Yeah.
And so I was super excited, and then something happened where the bride got pissed off or upset, and she was like, "We gotta go now." And I'm like, "Look, I got this. I get to go see. I fucking love the Misfits. I get to go hang out with these guys. I get the photo up." She goes, "We're leaving now." And I'm like, I got fucked, and I had to leave before I got to even get a picture, talk to them. Fucking, that was my worst. I just remembered, that's my worst concert experience.
Then I would have went to jail in St. Louis.
Yeah,
over the
right.
Weekend.
Right. I should have just said, "Suck my dick. I'm staying in Chauvet. I'll walk home.
Kill you to fucking stay here."
Yeah. Just let me hang out with these people.
Damn it.
Motherfucker. I was so pissed.
Man, I hate that.
I was so mad forever.
Folks, be really careful about who you go to concerts with. For multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Another, kind of almost similar, but I went to Mayhem Fest one year.
Oh, we're going to pause it. Yeah. You're going to find out this story in a bit.
Yeah.
This stopped recording because it only records a half-hour increments. So, yeah, it just stopped out of nowhere. But, cool thing is, we're going to play some Black Dahlia. Not for you. For them.
For them.
But not for you.
Not you.
You go on your own. We're not going to we're just fucking spoon feed you.
Yeah.
You go look up Black Dahlia Murder. You go look up the Faceless, and then you decide at home which one you prefer.
Or jack off.
Or jack off.
Feed your cat or whatever you got to go do.
Jerk off on your cat.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Don't recommend it. Welcome back, Mooncalfs.
Yeah.
It's your boys, Steve and Randy.
Yep. You may have gotten the last bit of that because this only records in 30-minute increments. I already said that in the last goddamn video when I ended it. Motherfucker! Alright. Either way. We're just about to start in on the next segment. Alright.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeehaw! Welcome back, Mooncalfs. You're at the Mooncalf Podcast. Your boy Steve and Randy.
Yeah.
And we got a battle going on. We got a fucking die-hard battle. battle of two titans in the fucking death metal scene. We just listened to Black Dahlia Murder. I'll be biased for this section. They're one of my favorite fucking bands in the world. These guys are super heavy, super melodic, really just symphonic writing. Like they are just. It's like if Beethoven wrote death metal. It's wonderful. Like these guys are super technical, super melodic. They have loads of great riffs, great lyrics, great vocals. I can go on about this band forever. I finally got to see them. We both got to finally see them live, and they are fucking kick-ass.
That was an incredible show. They were so good live.
The entire lineup just fucking kicked ass.
Oh yeah, the entire lineup was fucking great.
Especially Black Dahlia Murder. They're one of my favorite bands for a reason.
I love the vocalist is so fucking silly.
Yeah, he's so fucking cool and has such an awesome sense of humor and kind of relatable.
Yeah, yep.
Like he's a really cool dude. He's a fan too.
Yeah,
you can totally tell. And
like
there was kind of like a Ninja Turtles motif at the show. It was really awesome. If you've never heard of Black Dahlia Murder, or The Faceless for that matter, please check them out. They're both fucking kick-ass bands that really need more recognition.
Oh, yeah. So, the time comes and we decide which one, stays and which one never existed.
Bye-bye. See ya. Sorry.
So, I think we know where Steve lies.
A little bit,
maybe. I'm definitely going to go with Black Dahlia Murder. I have to. It's not just because of their songs. One thing I love about them too is they're consistent.
Yeah.
They have consistently great albums and great songs.
Every fucking release is a banger.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Like, they are really, and that's one of those things that you always hit and miss with, bands in general.
Yeah, and that's totally normal. Because they're trying to find themselves, or they're trying something new, and it can be hit or miss sometimes when you're making music. As musicians, we know that ourselves.
Yeah.
Me being a guitar player and Randy being a vocalist, we know that sometimes it's hard to keep it fresh, and sometimes when you're keeping it fresh, it's hard to stay consistent.
Yes.
And Black Dahlia is one of them bands that are fucking consistent as fuck, and we're huge fans of them. And The Faceless is definitely a part of my fucking rotation now.
Yeah, not to take anything at all away from The Faceless.
I'm just less familiar with them, to be honest, and that's kind of a shame. That's kind of a crime to them, because these guys deserve a lot more recognition, because they're really kick-ass.
They are so fucking good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because it doesn't just come down to, the music, it's how it impacted you, and the way that you connect to the music. And if there was no Black Dahlia Murder, we would not have gone to that. We would not have, had that same experience at that concert. And I won't
a fan of a different band just going there. That's what's so awesome about the experience of seeing live bands. And sometimes they can be not so awesome, as we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a story that I started but got rudely interrupted by the fucking computer. A piece of shit. Anyways, I was at Mayhem Fest. I was probably a 20-year-old buck at the time. And I went with some good friends. And one of which was not a metalhead at all. And he was the ride. And the other, which is his girlfriend, was a huge fucking metalhead, just like me. But, it's just not really his scene, and it was hot as fuck. In dead middle of fucking summer, everybody, like, he's not used to this shit. A bunch of sweaty, ugly fucking metalheads fucking dripping all over him. And, like, he's having the worst time of his life. Like, he hates the music. He hates the people. He's hot as fuck. Like, he's ready to leave. And, like, there was another guy that we knew that was there. And, you know, we just figured, oh, it's cool. Like, you guys can go home. And, like, I can just go home with our other buddy. Well, they go home, and our other pal that I was supposed to go home with ends up getting sick as fuck and just leaves me there. Just leaves me there.
Oh.
In a fucking casino fucking amphitheater. Like, it is fucking... I'm there all by myself, and luckily, my buddy that left with his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend was there, and I had to fucking ride home with her and her man, and it was so fucking awkward. And, like, I stayed till the end to watch Korn, because, like, Korn, and they were playing Chutes and Ladders during a fucking thunderstorm, and, like, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna stay here as long as I can. And, like, it just started pouring. So, we fucking ran to this chick's car as fast as we could. And we get in the car, my cigarettes are fucking soaked, my phone is soaked, everything I have is, like, ruined, and I didn't give a shit, because I just fucking got to kick it at Mayhem Fest.
Right.
And, like, it could have ended a lot worse than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was still kind of like a what the fuck kind of concert moment. So, you know, your experience may vary.
Yeah. I remember it was Typo Negative and Celtic Frost.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was an incredible show. But I took Kevin with.
Oh, yeah.
And for the people that don't know, most of you do, because you're my friends and you're doing me a favor watching this video.
Yeah, because you're people we know and paid to watch this. Yeah, and listen to this.
My brother has Down syndrome, and so I took him to this concert, and just to get him out and experiencing. He had a great time. He loved the music.
Yeah, he's a kick-ass dude.
Oh, I fucking love Kevin.
He's a kick-ass dude.
And at one point, he had to go to the bathroom. So I walked with him to the bathroom, came back, you know, so we were right dead center. And then we were, like, off to the side, which was fine. It was whatever. But there was this chick, so drunk. And she just starts grinding and dancing on Kevin. Just sensually, like, woo, and, like, rubbing her butt all over Kevin. And Kevin, who, he's a gentleman. There is times where he's very charismatic, and he'll, like, put his arm around a girl and, like, what's up, baby? How's it going? You're my girlfriend. In the heat of this moment, Kevin just sits there and is like...
Lost.
He was like, help me, Bubba. And I'm like...
Poor guy.
He was not having it. He was not comfortable at all. He's just like...
what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, he's like... I don't know.
Poor dude.
What's going on? Oh, that was a good concert. But I was just strange to see. She was, but I just remember, I was just thinking, I'm like, you're so drunk. And you're just dancing. You're like, what's that guy? Down syndrome? Let's do this. Let's do it. And I'm just like, whoa. All right. I was like, wow. That
sounds like he had the time of his life.
Yeah, right? Oh, normally, like, that's the thing that Kevin would usually enjoy, but at that point, he was just, like...
Struck.
Yeah, he was like, no. And I'm like, come here, Kevin. Come over here. We're going to come over here now, away from the crazy drunk dancing lady. And we're just going to keep watching Peter Steele.
Yeah.
That's
probably a better experience anyways.
Yeah.
Man, Pete is a huge influence to me and among millions of other fucking musicians. I mean, the guy was a god.
Yeah.
Like, to metalheads. Like, and he had the stature of one. The guy was like 7 feet fucking
right?
tall.
Oh
like,
my god.
He was a giant. And just an incredible band. If you never heard them, definitely check them out. Like, which you probably have, because
most likely
we know you, and we paid you to watch this.
Yeah. Oh, man. Also, if you like Typo Negative, check out Carnivore. Which Pete was in before Typo Negative. It's more death metal.
Yeah.
So it's really good
kinda
shit.
With like a punk edge.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, really cool fucking grindy shit.
Yeah.
Like, really good stuff if you've never heard them. And really fucking kick-ass shit. Everything the guy touched was gold.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
He was not only was he a kick-ass musician, he really seemed like a really cool guy.
He had a giant dick.
Yeah. That was like a quad fold in Playgirl magazine.
He had a giant dick.
Yeah, check that out if you've never seen it. If you
haven't seen it,
check out Peter Steele's dick. Check it out.
my friend John's like, hey, you know, Peter Steele's in Playgirl? I go, no, I didn't know that. Here's his dick. Thanks.
Thanks, bud.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Thing's about as tall as he is.
Yeah.
But that was just one of those, like, really interesting concert experiences that I had, and
that's something that's priceless, because you're never gonna see that guy again. Like,
yeah, right. Oh man,
I really wish I would have got the chance to see Dimebag, like my biggest influence ever. Like,
yeah,
I would love to have the chance to see Pantera back in their day, because it's just one of my favorite fucking bands.
Yeah.
Damage Plan. One of my favorite fucking bands. Too bad they didn't live long enough.
Yep.
Like, Dimebag was just an incredible fucking musician and seemed like a really incredible guy, too.
Oh, yeah. Like, I still remember when I found out that he was shot. And
it blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe it.
It was in the middle it was late at night or something, and I was walking around town, and this guy just looks at me and goes, "They shot him!" And I'm like, did you know they shot him? And I go, who?
What man was shot?
Who shot? Dimebag Darrell! Pantera, man! They shot him! And then they just sped off they ran into a car and they drove off like they were gonna go find the guy that did it.
Fuck. I hope that motherfucker found him.
Yeah.
Nah, we know who found him, unfortunately, but I was in a van on my way to school when I heard the news. My van driver was listening to Keishi, where we're from. It's a very popular local music station on the radio, like when people still fucking listen to it. And it was the news, and they're like, Dimebag Darrell shot and killed. I turned to my van driver and I'm like, what did he just say? Did he just say Dimebag Darrell? And he's like, yeah, that's what it sounded like. And I'm like, I just turned white, just like a ghost, because I just started getting into Dime. I just started processing in my head. I was 14 at the time. It just started, the gears started to finally turn. Oh, this is Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. This is the dude. And then he was fucking dead. One of my biggest heroes, just fucking gone.
That was
amongst
rough.
Millions of guitar players.
Yeah.
Influenced so many fucking people. And fuck that motherfucker that killed him.
Yeah.
That dude deserves to rot in fucking hell, or worse. So, just be fucking careful out there, you guys, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
On a serious note.
Yeah.
But there's so many influential artists, and we just talked about two extremely influential artists, two really fucking kick-ass bands that really have a reputation.
I remember with Bailey being 17 years old, my daughter, Bailey, 17, and
Little Bailey.
Bailey,
Little
fucking
Bailey.
doom and gloom. But I was like, when I listened to, I feel weird explaining records to her or how much they meant to me at her age, because I was like, man, I used to just sit in the dark and cry to this album. And she's like, why? Why is that your moment of like recognition to this album?
Like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, cool.
Appreciate
Just
it.
drive around with Dad. He'll play songs he used to cry to, man.
That's a real contrast to when my dad told me he used to do acid and listen to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, there you go. It's a generational thing. I should do acid and listen to Pink Floyd. Oh man, listen to this Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you cry.
Yeah, listen to this
dark
Nirvana song that's gonna make you want to fucking kill yourself.
Yeah. It made him.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's bad. That's bad.
Is it too soon?
Is it too soon?
Too soon. Nah, for real. Kurt Cobain, rest in peace, dude. You were an awesome fucking musician and influenced me too, amongst many other musicians.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight.
That's it. That's all you get.
The first episode of Mooncalf Podcast. I said it right this time.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah.
This will be uploaded on YouTube and it'll be available on Spotify.
Hope we didn't scare you off.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Peace.